Welcome to the General Atomics Galleria. Yes, the one with the giant Mr. Handy statue that is not a late game boss, although that would have been an interesting concept. There are many named Mr. Handys around here, and you can get the park back up and running and get yourself a load of pretty sweet vendors. First up is the greeter. He'll walk up to you and think you're the new supervisor, but don't worry, we'll get right into that. First up is the Slocum's Joe, where you'll meet Bean. He is a very innocent, sweet Mr. Handy who'll try and make you some coffee. The only thing is, if you want Bean to survive, don't get the coffee off him. Just don't. Can you see the gas leak? Very subtly. Yeah, if he tries to make you coffee and you accept, he will, let's just say, put this place, it'll burn. And Bean will turn hostile and you'll have to kill him. But if you leave him, you reopen the park, Bean will say to you that due to safety, he is not allowed to help. Next up is Pirelli's Bakery. In here you'll find Crisp, and in the back, working away hard in the kitchen, is Tort. Now, these two will turn out to be pretty good food vendors once you reopen the park. Be careful not to loot too much. They don't take too kindly to you doing it, but once you reopen the park, most things can be taken. Like everything here is considered stealing, but once you open it all up, you'll be good. Reg will come down. He's in charge of the Fallons, which sold a wide array of appliances as well as furniture and clothing. Though he is very pernickety about the fact that this place is clean, even though it's not. But when you reopen the park, they will in fact clean it all. Now, before we go into the bowling alley, we'll go over to Handy Eats. Inside, there is the Waitron, as well as the cook. Now, the Waitron will tell you to come over and sit at the bench here, to which the robot will come over and will ask you, what's your order? Now, if you answer anything other than you don't want anything, they will attack you. Just keep a note of that. The Handy Eats terminal here has a wait list, of which there is none, and your name doesn't get added even if you do ask to eat here. The principles of Handy Eats at Handy Eats: serve and use our code, food is fresh, fast, flavorful, or it's free, and robotic precision yields dining perfection. The programmer here, Corey, I have implemented marketing's list of principles as high priority command routines in the personality archetypes of the Handy Eats robots. I still think we should push back on this. Laws like these are always subject to miscalculations and prioritization failures in real world settings. Isaac is based off the real world Isaac that wrote the book The 3 Laws of Robotics, so a little nod to that. Now, for me, occasionally Sprocket is dead because one of the robots will turn on him, or someone will come in and just, occasionally random encounters will walk into this place. A Marlurk Hunter can often take out half the robots from Dark Hollow Pond. When you do come in here, Sprocket will do a demonstration and it will activate a few of them. They will somewhat malfunction though. Afterwards, he will sell you some used oil cans and some other general junk items. Grab the key out of here without him seeing. He will turn hostile otherwise. And you'll be able to access some equipment around the back here. You can also use his key as another entrance and exit into the Galleria. Alright, on to our last shop. The Maddens. Now this boxing ring here will have Mac. Mac will come in and say, listen, take on the champ, to which you can go in and fight him. Don't worry, you can hit him. Heck, you can even kill him. And they don't really care. So that's one of the few occasions that you can do that. The weights here, this is the largest collection of lead in the game. So just outside of the unmarked location near the North End Church. So grab all the lead if you can carry it. Hopefully you have the perk that you can just fast travel out, and you'll get nearly 400 pieces of lead. So if that's a thing you're lacking, come here. And also, it's completely free to take. They take you don't have to reopen the place or do anything. The meds are considered stealing, but yet this door isn't. And once you unlock it, you can go in the back. You can find another terminal. You do have to be careful of the Mr. Gutsy that gets activated. That's the one that tends to kill Sprocket, and he'll also attack you. Unlock the Madden's office terminal, and here you can get current promotions where you can start the manager sale, which will give you 25% off from Danny, and once you reopen you'll be able to get that discount and take advantage of it. Programmer note: Corey, this is ridiculous. I know the manager's sale provision is built into the franchise agreement, but the Galleria is run entirely by robots. There is no manager. Why are we wasting development time and functionality that will never be used? Obviously, he wasn't too happy about that. So yes, you can't use any of the vendors yet. We'll have to reopen the park. Now, it appears this particular Mr. Gutsy wants to be a little bit of a nuisance, but thankfully I just looked at him the wrong way and that happened. I don't know if you attack him if any of the robots turn on you. They shouldn't, but just to be on the safe side, save before you come in the Galleria. I have stole like a sweet roll once and they'll turn on you. So the director is upstairs and you can use this button to access him, but I want to show you one of the funniest things in Fallout 4 in the back alley bowling. Funny, pointless, it blends into both. This is 10 pin. Okay, so we'll go talk to him. $5,000 a game. Now you might think $5,000, fair enough. That means you can bring him 5,000 pre-war money. Can't afford that, Cap, sarcastic, ridiculous. Now, I can't afford it because I don't have 5,000. What if you do have 5,000? So now that we have 5,000 pre-war money, we'll try this again. You can pay him.
Very well. Feel free to pick any open link. They aren't working at the moment, but as soon as a service technician shows up, I'll have him start with your name first.
So, as you can tell there, you give him the 5,000, he says, yeah, you can play away. But it doesn't net you anything. You literally give him the equivalent of almost 40,000 caps worth of pre-war money, as they average 8 caps a piece. Now, of course, that's with very high charisma and a few other things. Let's try lane 3 here. That wasn't too bad. Wasn't the worst shot. I've tried to get a strike before, but you can't seem to launch it. But what you can do is you can take all the bowling balls without paying them any money, and they break down into plastic. If you need plastic, fair enough. But the striker, which is the unique Fat Man that you can get over in Far Harbour, you can use these as ammo for the modified bowling balls. There's a few other named ones. There's Split. There's someone in the kitchen here called Lane. If you go back into the storage room, you can get a safe alongside this Jangles the Moon Monkey. And there's a barman upstairs. The strange thing about the barman is even when you reopen this place, he doesn't turn into a vendor for some reason. So strike is just completely useless at that point. Now, if we go in here, we can access the Ruth, which is very important later on. But first, we want to go down into the office. You could access this via this way. There's 2 bathrooms with no notable items inside, so let's scoot all the way back here to the Supervisor terminal. There is a way to bypass all of this. If you get the General Atomics ID card from the factory, which is sort of it deeper into Boston, you can skip a lot of this, but ideally you want to go over and unlock the Supervisor's terminal here, to which you'll find this, the field directive. The General Atomics Galleria, or the Galleria, has been developed to showcase the range and versatility of the General Atomics International line of robots, to serve as a model for our robotic shopping centre concept. The Galleria has been supplied with high-performance specialty robots designed to function autonomously under the supervision of a GAI Director Management System. Federal law requires the presence of an on-site human supervisor, you. However, any actions or interventions on your part will interfere with the operational goals of the Galleria and are strictly forbidden. You are to remain in your office unless otherwise directed. Then we can see some communication logs between everyone that was involved here. So, the Customer Relations Department duly notes the concerns detailed in your recent reports. However, your interventions are an unexpected variable not accounted for in the robot's original programming, and may be responsible for the behavioural cascade failures in question. Additionally, your role in these incidents may have exposed GAI to additional legal liability. Once again, all supervisory functions are to be exercised by the gallery's director. Refrain from any further contact with robots or patrons. So essentially this person was to just sit in the office, do nothing, and just be present for legal reasons. Next up, in light of recent events, you are authorised to assist the director in identifying malfunctioning robots and to monitor the effectiveness of any efforts to repair their programming. Should additional fatalities occur, you are further authorised to offer an immediate financial settlement to the survivors, if any, on behalf of GAI. See compensation scale 14J. Then you'll get the Galleria DMS override password when you read this one. Effective immediately, the Galleria is closed. Until further notice, you are to notify the director and oversee the immediate and complete shutdown of the entire centre and its staff. If you believe the director has been compromised, you may disable it and use the DMS override terminal in its office to trigger an emergency manual shutdown of the entire Galleria. Password is GAI GAL4. Lastly, Mr. Kincaid. Upon arrival at the centre, you are to make your way to the director's office in the statue. Identify yourself as Grand Reopening Supervisor 18 Alpha, present your ID, and order the director to initiate the Grand Reopening Protocol. This will trigger a series of firmware updates that should resolve the cascade failures and restore the robots to normal operation. Extreme caution is advised. We believe the director has also been compromised and may be responsible for the death of your predecessor. Lovely. Okay, now that we've went through all that, we can just venture down into the back here where you'll find yet another named robot. This is Kingpin. You can find a steamer trunk full of items as well as lots of other goodies just dotted about here. If you snoop about and say the wrong thing to any of these robots, namely, can I look around? They don't tend to take that too well, and a lot of your actions will cause them to become hostile. There's an awful lot of them, so what is best is just a quick save as you proceed through here and talk away to each of them. Alright, up to the roof now. So the reason I'm up on the roof here is there are not one, not two, but three caches that you can find dotted about here. For quick reference, there is one on Slocum's, and there is also one on Madden's, and another one over there. So, let's tackle this side first. You may want to take a wee save here if there's only one of the supply caches that you want. Using the sign, you can just jump yourself over to this side. Wander all the way around, across again, and you'll find this guy with some medical supplies. Jump up, and you can actually use this as a bridge. I almost forgot about that. Jump across once again to this side, and the soldier is not here. Ah, there it is. It's the cap stash on top of the Slocum's Joe found over there. And the sniper can be found on Fallon's. So if we go back to that other point, we can go over this way. And you'll find the soldier just lying here. Now, normally there is a rifle. Occasionally it can be a sniper rifle. So do take note, and you get some ammunition beside him. Now it's time to tackle the director and what happens after you reopen the park. Director first, though. Let's go. Go over here, and we can hit the elevator, which will take us up to him. Once upstairs, you'll meet this guy. Now, a little note about his dialogue. If you go too close with him, or too close to him, you'll have the option to talk. Go too close, and you'll have the option to hack and talk.
Very impressive. For a low-life criminal!
So, you can just say to him, I'm reporting in.
I'm reporting in, as ordered.
Reporting in? Wait, the Grand Reopening? Are you Grand Reopening Supervisor 18 Alpha? You're late.
And you can say, yes.
Yes, that's right.
Manual authorization of the Grand Reopening requires authentication, so I'm going to need to see your ID, sir.
So from this point you can fake it, do manual activation, refuse your ID. Now, obviously if you can do it, fake it is the best. Here we go.
Error in scanning subroutine. Identity accepted on a provisional basis. Accessing protocols. All units, stand by for the Grand Reopening.
And now he will reopen the
Processing
place.
firmware updates. Time.
Over here is the Galleria's Supervisor password. That'll unlock the terminal inside the bowling alley if you already didn't unlock it.
Designating new
If you kill the director, don't worry, you can just use this.
Atomics Galleria is now open for business.
Woo! So either...
Grand reopening Supervisor, you will be conducting tonight's customer appreciation raffle. Here is the grand prize. That'll be all, soldier. Dismiss.
If you have the General Atomics ID and you skip most of this from the factory, he'll give you a gold watch for your 275 years of continued service. The terminal's a master lock, or you can, again, use the password from the terminal that you get in there. I don't know why they put the terminal password here, but it's one of them things. So, if you give those 5,000 pre-war money to Tenpin, you might be wondering, well, what happens there? Well, you can just sneak kill him and take your 5k back. He'll always hold it, so it'll be in his inventory. If you were wondering what happens to your 5,000. There's some bakery tickets you can just get lying around here. There's one in the Pawlowski Preservation Center. And it just reads just random numbers. They sit and call them out. So, now you've got a vendor there, a vendor there, a vendor in the Handy Eats, you've got Sprocket, you've got Madden's, who'll be like a sort of drug chem vendor, and Bean will be useless, but at least he'll tell you not to blow things up.
Howdy there. Come on in. Welcome to Slocum's Joe. Can I set you up with a nice hot cup of...
Well, I'll show you what happens if you say yes.
Sure.
Well then, due to liability concerns, we are now a self-service location.
Yeah, there you go. You can get a wee classic sweet roll. Now, if you have the Slocum's Joe Content Creation Club added, you will find a coffee station as well as a donut fryer. And quite a well-stocked delivery crate here if you need anything like that. It's quite a cool Creation Club thing. It was on sale there for a while, so definitely pick it up if that's something you're looking at. Spice up some of your settlements by adding a Slocum's Joe. Now, I am going to leave and return to this place, and you can... So, you see the way it's kind of like a state? They actually do tidy it up, so let's wait a few in-game days and come back. We have returned. A few days has passed. And you can see everything's just clean. It's nice looking. Not that the bakery was that dirty to begin with, but the main change will definitely come from inside here. You can see the debris, the skeletons, everything's been removed and it looks nice. It doesn't add any new items or anything else that you can get, so it's just aesthetics, and all the debris in the outside here looks completely awful as is. Sprocket has definitely fixed up this place, which is really good. And then he's going to do another demonstration, yep. And I think even the skeletons are gone in here. Yeah. There you go. Nice and clean. Bowling Alley doesn't change all that much. Or does it? I haven't even checked. No, it's still the same. Not great. So yes, I gave him the 5k. Oh, maybe it does despawn. You will have to be a little careful with that one now. Oh no, it doesn't despawn. I just reloaded a different save. He would definitely have the 5k. Yep. The other thing is, a scavenger after another period of time will start, like, we'll set up shop here, and he'll walk from building to building. He's got a wee duffel bag full of goodies and Madden's gems, so bear that in mind if you're in the area. As for where the Galleria is, it's in the middle northern section of the map. It's near places like Skylanes Flight 1981, Dark Hollow Pond that I mentioned earlier, and the Mass Fusion Containment Shed. Thank you for watching.